Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Squat Cobbler. I'm Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram.
And I am Dr. Mike at Official Pagan on everything. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn notifications on, head over to our merch store, pick up a t shirt. It's better than being naked outside, unless you
That's
have an OnlyFans.
yeah, boy, the OnlyFans had some plans there to kind of say, we're going to get away from this content until they realize we're not going to make any money if we get away from this content.
There's a lot of the content that we have.
It's like most of our base. We were just kidding. We're still good. And other decisions are being made, and so recently YouTube rolled out, and this one I think was we weren't given a lot of advance warning on it, kind of converse of Instagram, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I don't recall seeing a lot uh, from uh, from YouTube about, hey, we're going to pull uh, the reporting of dislikes. So
Right.
basically, now when you watch this video, and this is going to be hard for show people who watch our show to understand because you've never really looked for the dislike button when you've watched one of our shows, but just bear with us on this here. There is one down there, even on ours. I don't know why they would bother putting one on there, but there are the like and dislike clickable buttons underneath every video. And while those still remain, when you go back and check out a video later, all you're going to see is the number of people who clicked like, which, as Mike mentioned, we'd greatly appreciate it if you would do with our videos.
You could be one of those people.
That's right. You could bring the video up, show your family, and say, I'm one of those. I think that would be impressive. So you should, something you could consider. Possibly put it on your resume. I don't know. So
That's
things,
definitely resume fodder right
I
there.
think big time. Yeah, major liker of squat cobbler videos. Exactly. You will go far. But they kind of just sprung it on us. At least that's the way I felt. I don't read everything they get on YouTube. Content creators, they hit you with a lot of stuff on a regular basis, but this one, um, I just was kind of surprised. Caught me off guard a little bit. So while you can still like and dislike any video, when you come back to it, all you're going to see is the number of people who liked it. Now the creator gets to see both. So for our killer video, which we will include a link to, our leading disliked video, the review of the Alice Cooper, it's our most viewed video, and it is also our most disliked video. But it also has a fair number of likes, but even more dislikes. We will continue to be able to see those counts, but you won't. So I guess that's good because Killer will just show up with a pretty good number of likes to it, and no one needs to know that there's a bigger pile of dislikes. Which at some point we need to go back and like go over that video maybe real time in a show and try and analyze to say where did we go wrong here, where did we start to upset people, but I don't know. So what are your thoughts, Mike, on this move?
So they're not removing it. So I don't think algorithm wise it's going to have any bearing on anything. So I feel like it's theater, like a lot of so I feel like it's, to try and curtail maybe like online bullying of people, you know, ganging up against videos they don't like and kind of leaving negative comments and dislikes to try and push it down in the algorithm. Um, but just like cancel culture, I think a lot of it's really theater because they're not taking it away. It's still going to be there. So it's still going to affect you algorithmically if you have something with thousands of dislikes and no likes on there. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not really having any impact. It's all for show.
yeah, I mean, and it appears to be that their intent was um a little bit what you talked about, kind of the bullying, the people that, hey, I just logged on so I could come in. I just came to this video so that I could click in a dislike and I'm going to leave, and those types of things. But there are those people that are out there. They're going to do something like that. You're still going to get that dislike. The fact that it's not displaying anymore. I doubt it's going to be much of a deterrent from the folks that are bound and determined to say when this particular creator creates something, I'm going to head on over there and get it. Uh, I'm a little, and Google keeps things pretty heavily shrouded, exactly how all their algorithms work. However, I think videos that promote interaction, whether it's likes, dislikes, positive comments, negative comments, tend to do a little better in the algorithm. The ones that do the best are obviously lots of views, lots of positive comments, lots of likes. But I think the fact that you're getting people to interact, YouTube wants to consider that. So I don't think always a dislike's going to push you down. Now, if it is something like you talked about, where it's 1,000 dislikes and no likes, that might kick off a flag in the algorithm. To say,
Yeah, but like you said, though, that is an important point that any sort of interaction does help to a certain degree. Obviously, if it's largely negative, that's going to cause problems at some point. But even videos that have huge numbers. So I'm going to use an obvious example, Rebecca Black's Friday. That had a huge number of dislikes, far more than likes for a long time. I don't know where it's at now, but for a long time. That song ended up going gold, though, mostly off of people going and watching the video to make fun of it.
you know,
So there is, the interaction still counts.
yeah. And so Instagram has been toying with this, and they've even piloted it on occasion and things to where they're not going to show anything. They're not going to show uh, the kind of, and more in the Instagram. You can't thumbs down Instagram. So
No.
basically it's the like, but they're looking to take that away, so that someone doesn't feel bad that they put something out there, and it has one or two or zero, and somebody else has, somebody's always driving to say, I want to get so many likes on this, and that becomes a quest for it. And by not displaying it, I guess, that affects. But unless you totally take the feature away, you're going to know if you publish something on Instagram and nobody likes it. If it doesn't get any likes, you're going to be aware of that. If a lot of people like it, you're going to be aware of that. And I expect it's probably the same thing, that the creator's going to have better vision into what's going on than the public. But again, it's under that idea of maybe it's a little bit more theater, that they go, well, people are driving themselves to get lots of likes and Instagrams, or same with YouTube. But I think there are bigger problems to solve than this in the social media platforms.
Yeah, and also Instagram, if they ever really took it, they have threatened that a couple times and it didn't happen. And part of that is sort of like OnlyFans. If they were going to ban porn on OnlyFans, they would find out really quickly that that's 95% of the content creators on there. Instagram's going to be the same thing. You have a lot of celebrities who use Instagram for the likes because that drives them algorithmically so they can promote their brand and their products and things like that. And people get paid as influencers based on their likes and interactions on Instagram. So if you take that away, people aren't going to use your platform anymore. Those celebrities aren't going to quit what they're doing. They're just going to go to another platform where there's publicly published stats because that's how they're going to get paid.
Yeah, and I think with the advent of TikTok,
Yeah.
uh, circling around both kind of YouTube and Instagram's camps, in terms of to go in. There's you're not hearing TikTok at this point go, yeah, we're thinking of getting rid of those. They've got a really kind of fresh and active environment going on, and the YouTube Shorts that came out are kind of a response, in my opinion, to TikTok as well, which
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
is uh, good luck with that. I think the cows out of the barn a little bit to kind of catch. But you get, it's the same thing with stories and all these. Everybody kind of peels off what's working and tries to do it. But yeah, I I would have preferred to let you give the creator the option. You already have the option not to show it at all. You can, for your videos, not show the number of views, not show the likes and dislikes and all that if you want to. We have always, on all of our stuff, had everything wide open. The comments are open, the likes and dislikes are wide open. Um, and, more times than not, you're going to get helpful feedback. Because even if it's somebody who's disliking it, that could be helpful. to try and understand a little bit better. Yes, we've had the occasional comments that weren't particularly helpful or constructive, but those are not the majority. And particularly the more we've done the retro gaming stuff, we're not getting as much of the junk stuff as we used to early on, which is great. But not that we're not getting people calling us out or challenging us on things and all that. That's good too, because I think that's part of the deal here. Is we're trying to put out good and interesting content. And if we're wrong about something or you disagree, it's helpful to hear for the conversation if it's done moderately constructive, which
just like the political system in America.
Yeah, it's just running just exactly. But so yeah, I just assume, like I said, I would have preferred you let the individual content creator make that decision. If it helps somebody not feel bad, I'm okay with that, I guess. I'm all for people of this, but at some point, if you're deciding, in my opinion, if you're saying, hey, I'm going to put out content, you ultimately needs to be enough for you to say, I'm doing stuff and I'm proud of it and I like it and get it out. And if other people like it, that's even better. And if they don't, ultimately, if you're getting joy out of creating it, like you do, Mike, on your other podcast, when you have joy in creating content, that's to me what it's all about.
Yeah, and so to use myself as an example, not with my other podcast, but
sure. Here comes a commercial for the Horror Connection.
Did you guys know I'm on a podcast called the Horror Connection?
There's the logo. Mike made that.
About a year ago, I started a YouTube page for a project that our friend Vex and I are doing together called the Rust Belt. And that YouTube page is going pretty well. But as an example for the likes and dislikes and things like that, if you look, there's a few dislikes on there. There's a lot of likes on there. I wouldn't remove that stuff, just like you're saying, because if we wanted to, let's just say we're pursuing an endorsement deal or something with the company, they're going to look for that information. So they're going to want to see all of that. So if I had the option to take it off, I wouldn't. It doesn't really help me algorithmically, though, because if you click on that stuff, you will see that that is all licensed by YouTube because it's done through a big corporation. So that's not, even though I upload everything to there, as soon as I upload that, it's immediately claimed by Universal and they work out a deal and all kinds of behind the scenes stuff happens. And that's with any music project that's on a major label. If you click on it and it drops down, you're going to see all the copyright and publishing information and all that kind of stuff that's on there. So that's no longer my content. So it's not even for me. It's just keeping those, and it doesn't help me algorithmically or anything like that because it's licensed content. So it doesn't work the same as if you're just randomly uploading things to YouTube. But those kind of figures, people are going to want to see that if they're going to want to do business with us. So just like with the Instagram thing, they have to be careful how much they take that away because, like you said, TikTok's kind of circling the wagons with YouTube and getting into video content. So YouTube is not completely untouchable.
Nope, not at all. I think it's where they need to be careful. And it's certainly, as long as we're talking about YouTube, maybe you guys should rethink your monetization rules and let us small channels monetize again, because in the glory days we could, and then you snatched it away because some people with billions of viewers were creating crappy content. So your solution was to take monetization away from the little guy. Way to go, Google, YouTube. But not that I'm bitter. But hey folks, if you're watching and you subscribed, it's a slow trudge, but we are on the road to at least get back into that game at some point in time. And we've done a nice steady growth in subscribers. And thank you very much if you're one of those new subscribers. And let us know what kind of content you'd like so we can keep you as a subscriber and maybe get a like from you. And if it's a dislike, no one's going to know. So
at least leave a comment.
Yeah, that'd be great. Cool. All right. Well, I guess we don't say, I don't know, I guess we should say like or dislike this video. I guess we don't need to really say anything about
just
that.
Like this video.
Just like this video, because it's the only vote that counts. And thanks for watching, folks.
Thanks, everybody.